If you want to quit drinking and start creating, watch this video. I gotta turn a microphone off. There. That's better. Yeah. I quit drinking. I quit over 3 decades of, on average, a fifth a day. Boozing with my home audio production hobby. You can do the same. Start checking out my channel, and I can show you how. Maybe it's not for everybody, but it's for some people, that's for sure. I'm not unique. I set my webcam to be shoegazy, but I set that in camo, but the pink and purple hues are not coming through in OBS. Anyway, just woke up a short time ago, and I had a meeting with my advisors, for lack of a better term. It went very well. It was very comforting, and I woke up feeling like this. I woke up hugging my pillow with this exact expression. That's exactly how I felt waking up from that meeting. Everything made sense. I often my audio work often how can I explain it? For example, one night I had a nightmare that I had to I was forced to return to America, such as it is, and I didn't have the means to, I had no credit rating, I had no standing in the system at all, and so I couldn't get a place to live, and I just couldn't get a foothold in society. And so the only way that I could go about securing shelter for myself was to stake out a homestead in the wilderness using sound waves and my control over waves of sound. And so I was EQing and filtering and compressing and shaping sound into a wilderness abode that was off the grid and away from the madness and moral chaos and mental illness that is modern day America. The America that I grew up in was far from perfect. It was well on its way to its present state of decay and putrefaction. But it's far better than what has become of it now. And I feel very fortunate to be halfway across the planet from it. So sometimes I have nightmares that I have to go back. I'm forced to go back. But yeah, that's how the my, I don't want to use the word obsession. It's not obsession, but my absorption in audio work feeds into my dream life, which is a legitimate and very real part of my life. I don't consider dreams to be unreal. And I'm not alone in that consideration. In fact, the notion that dreams are somehow unreal is, as a notion, is a fairly recent modernistic contrivance, invention. And at the risk of sounding somewhat paranoid and, like a crank, it's by design. Yeah, kind of like if you look into things, you don't even have to look very hard nowadays. You don't even have to look particularly deep. I mean, just check out the history of the A equals 440 hertz conspiracy. What I just said it's not even any more tinfoil than that. So anyways, this message is for those to whom it is addressed. Know that it's addressed to them. And just know that this is how I woke up this morning. Just like and when I went to turn on my computer to check my Quora, where my suspicions were confirmed, did I feel deflated? Did I feel, what's the word? Abject? Did I even feel annoyed? No. I turned on my computer and the photo on my desktop had changed to this, which is an exact mirroring of how I felt when I woke up. That was the face of my soul. My soul. When I woke up. After my powwow. Yeah, my powwow. I had a powwow with my guides. And the metaphors, let's put it that way. The processes of audio work that helped me, that were so crucial in helping me defeat 3 decades of unremitting, incorrigible alcohol abuse. Not that I was a raging, I was a very, quite functional drunk. Not 100%, but I was pretty functional, but still incorrigible and unremitting. And I turned the corner in a country where I can walk down to the supermarket and I can get 5 liters. That's like 7 standard wine bottles worth of 60 proof grain alcohol for less than $20 US. So I did it in a country where that's just at my fingertips, practically 24/7. And anyway, so see, I'm just breaking all the rules right now. I'm just doing audio. No moving pictures. How am I ever going to get watched on YouTube doing something like this? I'm not going to make a cringy, what do they call a thumbnail with my best soy face, extruding shock or chagrin or skepticism as I look at some symbolic or otherwise visual representation of the subject of my shock or dismay or chagrin. Not going to do that. And I'm just showing a picture of a very contented sloth, tree sloth, hugging a tree. That's me. That's me this morning. How am I ever going to get... Nobody's going to watch this. No, nobody's going to watch anything I do anyway, except for the people who count. And Quora, yeah, you had me fooled. You had me fooled. Yeah, Quora puts on a good face, man. But I think it's just that. So, whoops. Oh no, we're going to get to cakewalk in the next one. Let me see here. How do I get this back up? There we go. Quora. I guess I will, I'll get the studio cam. So I made a video or two about Quora, which nobody watched. Nobody watched. And why? I don't know. I think I know, but I don't know. I don't like getting all paranoid. I don't like that. And I don't. I have ideas about what might be going on with things. I generally keep it under my hat, and I don't fixate on those notions, those suspicions. I just keep going about my life, doing my thing. But the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm is I would go so far as to say it has pernicious intent behind it. Yeah. That's probably a good way of putting it. Accurate and succinct and to the point. And without assigning conscious intent or agency to the algorithm, to the Almighty Malgorism itself. All right? You gotta look to the man behind the curtain. Good old Wizard of Oz. Okay. So here's another video that nobody will ever watch. And that's fine. At the end of the day, we win. That could be a very long day indeed, and I probably won't live to see the end of it. Okay? But sometimes I'm given the kindness of a powwow. when I most need it. It doesn't matter if I don't make it to the end of that day in my present form. It doesn't matter. All that matters is staying on mission, putting one foot in front of the other, and learning as I go. That's what's important. Developing. So, yeah. You see, yeah, I'm going to digress a little bit because this is worth noting. See, YouTube not recommending your videos, turn on this setting. You see, I made the mistake of paying attention to these videos and watching them and listening to them, and I wasted time on that for a while. And here's what it got me. I'll show you what it got me. So, view your channel. Okay, and good. At least that's working. At least for me, that's working. I don't know if it's working. Autoplay is working for me. I don't know if it's working for other people. Videos, I scroll down. This was right here. Where is it? How audio work can help you quit alcohol. And I did this, okay, it says a month ago. It feels longer ago than that. But I did this specifically to follow the advice of one of these videos to help get more views to my channel. Not because I'm trying to win popularity contests and stroke my ego with a lot of subscribers. Certainly not because I have any hopes of making money from YouTube or anything like that. But just to be a good soldier. I don't like bothering with technical rabbit holes and statistics and analytics, and it's not my bag. But one of these videos said, make a video like this and be specific about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and go into detail. And then make sure that is accurately and specifically reflected in your video title. Well, look at my video title. How audio work can help you quit alcohol. Can I make it any more clear than that? And after a month, a whopping 19 views. My pedal board is a rock organ. Weird, and lots of people don't even know what a pedal board is. Well, I guess there's a visual reference there, but that's pretty off the wall. 80 views on that. A weird title like Surrender to Shoegaze, Notes from the Underground. 43 views 2 weeks ago. Okay. Use OBS and VB cable to create a virtual audio interface for 62 views 11 days ago. Yeah, I'm not killing it with views on any count, but one of the few things that I specifically sat down to take the advice of the advice givers, the tips and tricksters. And it's like one of my least viewed videos on my channel. What does that tell you about the Almighty Algorithm? Just be logical about it. Yesterday, right around this time, just over 24 hours. Well, it says 23 hours ago. So there you go. This is not accurate. This was over 24 hours ago. Well, it was about exactly 24 hours ago I uploaded it. Tour through Korean countryside in search of audio samples and a shaman's lair. Well, there's a direct to the point title that appeals to two demographics: people that want to sit in the comfort of their home and take a tour through the countryside of another country somewhere else in the world. I know that there's tons of people out there that are in for that. Anything to get them mentally out of their living room without having to get on a fucking plane and get groped by TSA and spend thousands of dollars. Go take a walk through the Korean countryside. I know that there's people out there that just want to see that, have no interest in me or my channel whatsoever. That right there is just, on the face of it, it has appeal. I know this. In search of audio samples. I did another audio sample video, hunting samples for DIY percussion 2 days ago. 34 views. Okay, not great, but it had there was at least an initial jump of 17 views in the first 2 or 3 hours, and it clearly caught the attention of some people who know what that's all about. I think I even got a couple of comments. But so, I got two demographics covered in one title. Tour through Korean countryside in search of audio samples, and I added a bonus, and a shaman's lair, Lair. Just a little wild card. It's true. It's accurate. I was trying to locate a shaman's lair, an actual shaman's lair. This is not a video game reference. It's fucking true. I'm walking in the countryside near my house. I look up, I see the flags of a shaman's lair. It's a real thing here, and you poo-poo that. You're just dumb, and you haven't been here long enough to know what you're talking about. You haven't heard from the story. You haven't heard the stories from people who know, and you just haven't. You just don't know. So, 7 views in 24 hours. Really? Come on, man. Come on. Seriously, Almighty Malgorism? Seriously, YouTube? Give me a fucking break, man. And this one guy, his YouTube handle is Critty Law from the UK, reached out to me in a comment that went 6 days without an answer because I didn't get a fucking notification from YouTube. It's lucky I found it, and he's just is exactly the kind of person I'm on a mission to reach. 58 years old, struggling with alcohol, struggling with just life in general. I got the sense, and wanting to get back and start trying music again, but just struggling with inertia and in need of a helping hand. And not only did I answer his comment, but so skeptical was I that YouTube would notify him of my reply. And by the way, comments and replies do get vanished from time to time. So don't tell me something's not up with YouTube and the almighty algorithm. Things are very matrixy and Agent Smithy indeed. All right? And if you think I'm ranting like a crazy man, fine. Move along. I don't care. I haven't even begun to scratch the old proverbial surface on where I've been. Okay, I have scratched the surface, but just vanishingly light scratch on where I've been and the things that I've seen and the beings that I've met. I know something about not only shadow banning, outright nuking of digital assets. For what? I ain't no Alex Jones. Right. Enhancing American Indian flutes with Air Windows Energy 2. You would think that just American Indian flutes would get you more than 39 views in 2 days. Wouldn't you think? American Indian flute. Even if maybe I should have just said Native American flutes, but the man who played the flutes, who's an American Indian, wanted them called American Indian and wants himself to be called an American Indian. So maybe that's a PC censorship thing. But even so, what the fuck? The American Indian wants to be called an American Indian. YouTube, so fuck you. And shout out to Critty Law. I wanted to make sure that the man... I just wanted to maximize the possibility that the man would know that I didn't disregard him. I didn't ignore him. I just didn't see his comment for 6 days. And I want him to know that I care and that I want to know more about his drums that spent time in Antarctica with his recently deceased friend. And I invited him. I suggested a possible collaboration to help get him back into music making and all that. And it's got kind of a playful title. Shout out to Critty Law. Who's this Critty Law? What's the shout out all about? What's that cute bunny? But you've got a cute bunny in the thumbnail. 5 views in 1 day? Are you fucking kidding me, YouTube? And I've crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's and jotted every tittle, behind the scenes when you upload the video and all the little boxes that you tick and all the little things. I've followed all those protocols. And 5 views in 1 day. All right. So back to Quora. I thought that Quora was... Oh, okay. Wait a minute. See, I get all flustered and then I forget what I'm doing, where I am. Quora. Where was I? Yeah. So, I'm thinking that Quora is an actual real place where... I called it civilization, if I recall. Quora is civilization. And that's where you can just, you can earn a following honest. Just be of service to your fellow man. Answer questions forthrightly, honestly, truthfully, respectfully, as accurately as you can. And be kind, and people will respond. And you can build some community there. And I've been at it now for, I don't know, how long has it been since I did my post about Quora? Quora.com is the bee's knees. 8 days ago, little over a week, and every day chipping away. Now, mind you, I know a week is not a long time, but still, every day coming to Quora, writing answers to the best of my ability on my topics of knowledge and interest. Home audio production, alcoholism, and life in Korea. And I have yet to receive a single notification that someone has upvoted an answer or commented on an answer or anything. And just given the sheer number of answers that I've left, I'm calling it statistically, if not highly improbable, if not impossible, then extremely infeasibly improbable. And last night I put it to the test. Last night I went shit posting on Quora, but not just your normal run-of-the-mill shit posting. It was very shy shit posting. Not shy, sly shit posting. Sly shit posting. Sly. Say that 10 times. Sly shit posting. Sly shit posting. Sly shit posting. You see, I did things. I planted little seeds of, irritation. I wasn't trolling. Okay, it's like I'd go to a question that where a dozen professional mixing and or mastering engineers had already chimed in, and I set my my qualification. I set it to something deliberately provocative. I once turned down a contract with the Universal Music Group, which is true. It's true. That's a bona fide. How do you pronounce that? That's actually true. And I just said things like, I didn't give bad advice, but I did give advice that I knew that those engineers would take issue with. I just knew for a fact somebody's going to take issue with it. Somebody's going to call me out on it. Again, I made sure that it was something that I personally agree with, something that I personally do, but I knew it's so unconventional and counterintuitive that I knew, okay, out of 12, 18, 24 people already in the discussion, professionals, and I'm just a home hobbyist. But instead of taking the usual tone, saying, "Well, don't take me with several grains of salt," because I'm not a professional. I came out strutting. Okay, that was the shit posting part of it. I came out confident, strutting. Try this. It might just work for you. I, who once turned down a contract at Universal Music Group, man, I was just asking for it. And I did this not once, not half a dozen times, not a dozen times, but in the course of, I would say, 4 hours, from, let's say, 12:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., when I finally rolled my ass into bed and off to my powwow, I did this again and again and again and again and again. And I left some snarky answers to questions like, okay, for example, there's no harm, no foul in this answer either. Okay? It's just the kind of answer that was designed to get a rise. And again, it wasn't just one. I did dozens and dozens of these. So in the audio engineering area, in the recovering alcoholics area, so for that one such example, what should I do? My friends keep pressuring me to drink and do drugs. What should I do? Simple 3-sentence answer. They're not your friends, period. Ditch them, period. Go to church and get some real friends, period. Okay? Did I mean literally go to church? No. Did I mean literally go find some real friends? Yeah. Anyway, okay, one was my videos keep getting frozen on YouTube. What should I do? Make sure you set the microwave to defrost when you put them in the microwave. It's a good dad joke. Dad jokes have their place in civilization. I wasn't being mean-spirited. I was just making a dad joke. But in this day and age, somebody should have anyway, I left dozens and dozens and dozens up into, easily over 100 answers on Quora. And all of them designed to just elicit something. Just to get this notification bell to light up. I get up with my contented sloth smile, and all is well. All is well. I just want you to know that. Those to whom this is addressed, and there's nothing you could do about it either. Okay? And I looked at Quora, still nothing. And I looked around because I obviously I want to go back and check my answers and see if anybody added a comment or upvoted or downvoted. I was going for downvotes in a lot of cases, seeing if I could get some downvotes. And there's no way that I can see to go. There's no log of the answers that I gave where I could go back and check them. And in one case, in my questions for you to answer feed, I got the same question that I had just answered like 20 minutes before. It was the same question, and I had been the one to be the first to answer, and that question was back to unanswered. And the answer that I gave was actually not snarky in any way at all. It was helpful, but the one thing that I did to elicit a rise was that it was a question that could have just been typed into a browser search, specifically Brave browser, which has an awesome AI research assistant, which I did. And I just typed the question into Brave browser, and I got a really excellent AI assistant response. And I screen capped it, and I pasted it into the answer, and I simply commented, Brave browser is your friend. Here's the screen cap answering your question. And that was also meant to like take a little dig at Quora. You see, I do things with subtlety, multivalent intent, and I got not, and that question just got disappeared, just wiped. Why? So I take it back. Quora is not the bee's knees. As I wrote here, so I answered one more question, and I'm not going to bother anymore, because why should I waste my time and energy? So old-timey records from the 20s and 30s have a distinct tinny sound because of the technology of the time. But what exactly makes old-time records sound old-timey? And this is I didn't go this far last night. But this is my last answer. What the hell? Nobody's going to read it anyway. Except maybe maybe Quora's Almighty Malgorism will pass it along. And in some ways it's a response that doesn't go nearly far enough. I just portrayed myself as someone who has gone this far down the old rabbit hole, when it's more like pert near down to fucking China. My answer, you answered your own question. Aside from the technology of the time being different, lots of other things were different as well. People were generally far more intelligent than they are now. Soldiers who had never even graduated high school made today's poet laureates read like graffitists. Matt Walsh did a video on that. He read a Civil War letter from a kid who'd never graduated high school. It was beautiful. Literary and beautiful. People had not yet been corrupted and stupidified and turned into moral and intellectual stuffed sausages by sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Thanks, CIA. Thanks, interdimensional overlords. Quora, Quora, I know you're shadow banning my answers. Quora, you put on a nice face, but you have the same black, sick heart that all the other social media monsters do. Winky wink. So, it's not paranoia, folks. It's just the numbers. It's the statistics. It's just statistically, in my opinion, in my humble, it's just statistically impossible that I didn't get not even a single downvote, and in my notifications, and no way to like cover my tracks, retrace my steps, and check for myself. There's no. Okay, sometimes I'm a moron and I don't see what's right in front of my face, but I just don't see it. There's no way. There's no way to go back and look at what I did and check it for myself. So, I take it back. Quora is not the bee's knees. Quora is just another hall of smoke and mirrors where normies can get normie answers to their normie questions. It's safe. It's a safe space. It's not civilization. It's a safe space. Anyway, that's my rant this morning, and I've got another This goes to show I'm incapable of making things short. The next one I'm going to try to make short. It has to do with something more technical and specific to audio production. But probably not going to make that till tonight. All right. So, I don't give a fuck. I just hope that I get. I hope I get back to Mr. Critty Law. And I got a friend in Australia who's being a good friend, despite he's going through some shit down there. But he's making time for me. He's chiseling out time for me. I don't know why, but I'll take it. And I'm grateful. And I'm in good spirits. And at the end of the day, we win. And if I don't see the end of that day here in this lifetime, then it's okay. I'll be somewhere else. It's no biggie. I had a powwow. I was reminded of what's essential. And I was lovingly reminded that that feeling of loneliness and the frustration that attends it, it's an illusion that's woven into the experience of being here. Okay. Alcoholic audio engineer from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. I got to sign off, drink my cream and coffee, and then take my long-suffering missus on a drive through the mountains, and then go to my Wing Chun Kung Fu lesson, and then come home and hopefully it's going to be a little bit chilly tonight. I'm going to make some stew. Over and out.